TV show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of RVA Swag Central. Mike and I have the pleasure of standing here with Christy Coleman, who is the CEO of American Civil War Museum. Thank you for being here and thank you for having us in this space.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Christy, we'd just like to say, as Salama said, thank you for having us here. This is an awesome facility that you have, and we just love for you to tell us a story. We're going to showcase you guys in the best possible light. We're truly ecstatic with what you guys are doing and just being a part of it.
Well, thank you. We're very proud of our accomplishment here as well. It's what some folks may not know, that this American Civil War Museum is actually the merger of two museums that happened in 2013. And today, our mission is really simple. We explore the American Civil War from multiple perspectives in a way that has never been done before. I recognize that there are so many other stories to tell, and there's a sensitivity to that. So, for example, I personally am more inclined to sort of the social and the political history than I am to military history. But the reality is, when we were putting this together, the smartest thing that I think we did is that we melded the political, the social, and the military, because they all impacted each other, and that's how people lived it. The other thing is, we used the voices of people living at the time to tell the story. And when you do that, it takes on a greater sort of personal connection to it. I think it also provides the much needed nuance and understanding about the choices that people are making and why that has been missing from the narrative. There is either a tendency in the past to talk about the war purely as a military engagement and one about nobility and honor and all this kind of stuff, when the war is hardly ever noble. It is a bloody enterprise, and at that point in our history, we had never experienced anything so devastating. Meaning, you're talking about close to 1.6 million casualties, missing, wounded, dead, 750,000 soldiers dead, and that's not even counting the numbers of civilians who will die from disease in camps, starvation, etc., or as collateral of the war. So for that generation, it was horrific. I mean, if we think about what it would be like if we had the equivalent of a 9/11 happening to us every 12 hours for 4 years, that's kind of the scale that we're talking about. So this was a war that impacted everybody. And when you think about that, when you come to the Tredegar site, we have 9 acres here. We have exhibits on the exterior of the property called Tredegar Works, which really looks at the history of the site, because it was a major industrial site before, during, and after the war. We have in the building, we have our core gallery here. We'll be opening up our theater later this year. On the second floor, we have temporary galleries. And if you're a researcher, you can come and make arrangements with our collections and curatorial team to have a look at the collections, the archives, things of that sort. Plus, it's also a great place that people like to have events, right? So that's who we are, that's what we do. And there's a whole series of public programming. So and we bring in some of the top thinkers, scholars, public figures to the museum to discuss not only the American Civil War, but its aftermath and sort of the legacies of it as well. So, for example, this fall, Ta-Nehisi Coates is coming, Manisha Sinha is coming. We've had amazing scholars like Ed Ayers, of course, and Kadita Williams has been here. So again, we are constantly bringing in folks to have this conversation with us, and so if you want to know more about that, you just go to our website, right? So I have to plug the website, right? So ACWM for American Civil War Museum.org.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like what you're cultivating here is a living system that's
Yes.
still moving forward, not just really assessing the past, but also considering how it's affecting us now and how we continue to move forward.
Absolutely. I mean, my mantra is really simple. It's if we don't get right with our history, we'll never get right with each other. And that's, I think, at the core of some of the societal issues that we run with. We either deny things happened, we try to reframe what happened to fit a political or a social agenda without allowing the voices of the past to tell us that, so we can genuinely learn something about it, so that we can move forward. And it's human nature, unfortunately, when you deal with certain traumas, but at the same time, they will continue to show up, or elements of it will continue to show up in daily living, unless you are deliberate about sort of a more centered, equity-centered reality for your communities. And so that's, I think, at the end of the day, that's something that we also hope for. And I like to, I tell people all the time, we are very active in our communities when we know that the history or resources that we have can help engage the public in a conversation that's needed, but we are not activists, if that makes sense.
Hi, I'm Nicole Reed with Nicole Reed Real Estate. I am your local realtor here in the Richmond and Tri-Cities area. The Richmond market is active, and now is a great opportunity for sellers and buyers to invest in real estate. So if you're looking for a realtor that you can trust, that's reliable, honest, and dependable, think about me, Nicole Reed with Nicole Reed Real Estate, where I am here taking care of your needs, helping you live out your dreams.
Imagine Virginia as the next hub of innovation, a destination that encourages new ways of thinking, that embraces a strong entrepreneurial community, and strives to create a better place to live, work, and succeed for everyone. At Startup Virginia, we are investing in Virginia's potential, and that starts with our people. We bring ideators, mentors, and investors together to build real connections based on the mutual desire to create real impact. Because we believe in them, we support them. Through people, programs, and place, we provide structure, clarity, and guidance for the entrepreneurial community, transforming high-growth startups into businesses that dramatically shape the economic landscape of Virginia. Instead of waiting for opportunity to knock, we're creating it, because we believe that with passion, vision, and the right resources, anything is possible. Seattle, Austin, Boulder, and now Richmond. We know Virginia has what it takes to compete on the national stage, and we're here to prove it. Let's get started.
Finally home from a long day, so kick off your shoes and enjoy a smooth glass of Shoe Crazy wine. Shoe Crazy wine, leaving its shoe print across the globe.
Shoe Crazy wine, proudly made in the USA. Drink responsibly.
Peace and light, family. Welcome back. I am Shayola the Artisan of Holistic Alea, and today I am here with the fabulous Dr. Sarah of Friendship Circle of Virginia. So, tell me, what's Friendship Circle of Virginia?
All right, well, this is actually the first time you and I are even talking about
Yes,
it. So
yes.
what we do is we pair kids with disabilities and any mental health conditions in the Richmond community together with neurotypical teens in the community. So our teen friends are ages 12 and up, and they meet once a week with our kids and our families in the child's home throughout the entire school year. So our kids become friends and real friends. They get to know each other, they get to see each other, good days, bad days, and everywhere in between. They get to see each other's pets, their parents, their siblings, their Lego collections. It becomes something that becomes personal and it's real. So that's the short version of what we do, and that's our main program, and that's called Friends at Home.
How do you feel your program has impacted the Richmond area specifically?
You know, when we started this, we had talked about doing a program for our kids and our families in the disability community, and we were going to pair them with our teens, and it was going to be great. And what happened is that, yes, of course, it is wonderful and fantastic for our kids and our families with disabilities to be a part of the community and to have friends that they may otherwise not have met. And yet for our teenagers in the community, it has been life-changing. We're getting notes on Facebook and on social media, and our kids are telling us, you know, I was friends with this girl or boy or whoever it was that I've never met before. We stayed together for 4 years. We used to visit each other every single week. And when I went to college, I switched my major. I decided to go into a different field because of it. When I come back from college, I come back and I visit my friends, and I'm hanging out with them, and we make sure we're in touch all the time. They came to my graduation. I went to a soccer game. this has become a community, not just that it's impactful for everyone else, but that our kids are changing because of it. And on all sides, it's an opportunity to meet people and to give back and to feel like someone else cares about you. And in our community today, we know how important that is, especially for teenagers going through the throes of what we all went through in high school and being a teenager. It's all so complicated. And even I have a 10-year-old, and even her, right, she comes home and this friend is now talking to this one and my best friend went to that one. And to be with someone who loves you and is waiting for you every single week, and you feel like when you walk in that you're just excited to see each other, and a real friendship, not behind a screen, not on social media. This impact is growing, and it's not just with our kids, but it's starting to grow and grow and grow in the community. We're getting businesses and corporations and families and schools that are coming together and saying, this is so important. How as a community are we thinking about disability inclusion, about mental health awareness? How are we thinking about this?
Dr. Sarah, talk to me about inclusion in your program.
So as I mentioned earlier, inclusion is at the center and the focus of literally every single thing that we do. Building an inclusive community, one friendship at a time, is our hallmark. It became our that's the only thing that we focus on. And inclusion over the last few years, what I've learned, I'm a physical therapist, I work with kids with disabilities, I've been involved in this part of the world for a long time. And the inclusion about not just making a program that's separate for people that need something different or need more support, but figuring out how do we make everything that we do open and supportive and a real opportunity for other people that need different supports to participate, changes the way you do things. Because if we start thinking, right, I meet you and I think, well, where do you want to meet? How can I support you? How can we do this better? Imagine if I did that to my husband, if I did that to my kids, my business partners, our world would be so different. Right. So inclusion is at the heart of what we do, in the sense of making sure that we think about our community. If there's going to be a run, a race, an event, how do we make sure that people from the disability community feel that they can participate for real and that they want to be there? So it changes everything that we've done, and it's certainly been our focus, and it's changing the community around us. We're seeing that.
That's awesome. And as it relates to diversity, do you feel that your inclusiveness includes diversity? Different backgrounds, different cultures? That's
such a great question. So we are actually, something I didn't mention, we're actually a Jewish organization, and kind of think of like the YMCA, right? Where we started from a Jewish organization, and we are open and have no Jewish agenda as it relates to everything that we do. Right. Meaning that we have our sort of ideas in the way that we do things, but every single program that we do is open and completely open to the entire community, regardless of everything: diagnosis, age, race, gender, socioeconomic level, everything you can possibly think of. We are inclusive. And we had one of our board members who's been with us for like 2 years, and he came over to me one day, and he came to one of our events recently with his son, and he was like, Sarah, you always say that everyone in the community is really represented, and you guys have people from every part of Richmond and from every type of culture. He's like, and I went to the event and I was so surprised. You're right. There's like everybody there. I said, I've been telling you this for so long. But it's true. We really have an amazing inclusive diversity about us, not just with our kids and our teens and our families. And again, that's why we're here. If you just Google Friendship Circle of Virginia, find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram, and our website. Anybody who wants to get involved, if they contact us on any of those ways, they'll come to us. We will reach back out, and they can go on our website, they can register. Again, it's all free, and we will reach out and come to our events. We're starting up again in September. We have a kickoff date to be announced. And we're looking now for more kids. We need more teenagers to get involved. We need more kids and families with kids with disabilities. So join us.
That is great. So great. Well, we want to thank you for tuning in for this segment. We hope that you have enjoyed Dr. Sarah and all that she has shared with us about Friendship Circle of Virginia.
Believe in You Academic Development Center is a state-of-the-art educational facility. set on 22 acres of land bordering Petersburg and Prince George County, Virginia. Believe in You is one of Virginia's fastest growing educational therapeutic day schools.
So I'm taking you on a tour of Believe in You. Here we have our slogan, we may be all different kinds of fish, but in this school, we swim together.
We work to instill the foundational qualities of leadership in all students. Integrity, fairness, self-respect, and self-esteem are characteristics we strive to cultivate.
Believe in you!
If your child is not achieving to their full potential in their current school, you can contact us at www.believeinyou.com. And remember, success is unique.
Hi, I'm Roby Martin with CBS 6 Eat It Virginia, and I was just on the mic with Mike, which is AM 820 and FM 92.7. Me, Mike, Marcy, talking about all things Richmond. Tune in, man, tune in!
Before and after the salon has been active in the Richmond, Virginia community, providing hairstyling services for over 10 years. Before and After is located in downtown Richmond at 1917 West Carey Street. Specializing in weaves, extensions, and growing healthy hair, Before and After provides a full suite of hair care services. Expert stylists Michelle Smith and Alicia Clark are well trained to meet your styling needs at Before and After the salon.
And then this gentleman reached out to me that has a website, blackfacts.com. And he said, I would like to offer you a job. And I was like, doing what? You know? And he said, if you can tone down that 4-letter F word that I love so much, I would like for you to help with my social media. And his social media is all Black Facts, everything Black Facts. You know, back in the day, there was a white encyclopedia, you know. And so what he has done is made a Black encyclopedia. So if you go to blackfacts.com, it's all Black history. And they've been working on it for over 20 years. It's absolutely amazing. So he had an Instagram page. At that point, it was only 500 and some followers. And he said, I would like for you to come on board and help grow it. And I love what you're doing. So I did that. So I made it an LLC, and a year later, we've got 70,000 followers.
Wow, that's awesome.
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, it seems like a story where, you know, opportunity, passion, and real empathy and kind of collaboration too between you and the owner of, what was it that you said?
Black Facts. Blackfacts.com.
Yeah, that's awesome that he kind of paid it forward and said, you know,
Yes.
you should go ahead and start a business too.
Yes. Not everybody in the Black community is for the Black community. Not all, I tell people this all the time, not all skin folk or kin folk. It is what it is. So what is happening is there are some people in our community that want me to shut up. They want Black Connections shut down. They said that I'm further dividing our community. They want me to be quiet. They want me to leave the past in the past. They don't want me showing videos of the white cops killing the unarmed Black man. You know, they want me to stop all that. They don't like the Black history facts from back in the day. So I get a lot of hate mail in my inbox. So people report me, and Instagram has sent me multiple messages, and they keep saying I'm discriminating, and that if I don't stop doing what I'm doing, they're gonna shut my pages down, Instagram and Facebook. So.
Wow. How do you respond to that?
I keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, I got a Facebook page, I got an Instagram page, I got a Twitter page, I have a YouTube channel that I'm still trying to figure out how to do that, and I have a website. And I just continue to push forward. And I mean, Instagram's already closed down 2 of my other pages, my pro-Black pages, they closed those down already. If they close down Black Connections at 70,000 followers, I'm gonna be very upset. But at the end of the day, I know for the past year, I reached 70,000 people, and they learned things that they may not have known prior to that year. And I also have 70,000 people now supporting Black-owned businesses. So if they shut the page down, I just start another one. Or I just focus on the YouTube channel. But I'm not going to be quiet. I'm not going to shut up. So that's not happening.
Absolutely. In Solange's A Seat at the Table, I believe, Tina Lawson, her mother, says, just because I'm pro-Black doesn't mean I'm anti-white.
Right.
How do you feel about that statement?
Well, I don't dislike white people. I have white friends. I have a whole side of my family that's white. Now, I do not like them. I do not like them because they're racist. And that's a lot of the reason that I went ahead and did Black Connections, because of what I've had to deal with as a child. I was raised by white people, 12 years old, found out I was Black. And the N-word was used loosely after I found out, just a lot of racism. So when he told me to start Black Connections, I thought about my childhood. And I was like, you know what? There may be some other people out there that have gone through the same things that I have as a multiracial person. And I also want to give back to the Black community because it's my duty. So I don't dislike white people. Like I said, I've got white friends and I know a lot of white people. Am I out in the streets hanging out with them? No, because my job that I have is all about the Black community, and that's what I push. I am all about supporting Black-owned businesses, supporting Black, supporting Black everything. White people have enough support. Asians have enough support, other communities have enough support. The Black community needs to come together and support the Black community. We are the only community that does not support each other. And we need to change that. We need to come together and support one another and organize like we were organized back when Malcolm X was alive and when Martin Luther King was alive, and even Farrakhan's got, a following that is organized, Our community as a whole needs to organize because we need to recycle our money in our community and stop sending it out. Nobody's saying you can't go to your favorite Chinese restaurant every blue moon, but if there's a Black restaurant right next door to that Chinese restaurant, why can't you go to that Black restaurant? We have so many Black-owned businesses that people don't even know about, and that's why I love my platform.
Since the very beginning, CEO Magazine has been empowering women to be the chief executive of their lives. Sharon's dream was to create this lifestyle publication that helped women manage the hustle and bustle of their everyday. From hair to makeup and photo shoots to the look of your brand and even messaging, whether you are being featured on our front cover or inside our magazine, or simply partner with us, our team of people go to work for you. You sign up for a complete experience. You can share your story on our social media platform or come and network at one of our events. As CEO, we want to see you thrive, innovate, and create the life that you'll love.
Come to 5-Star CDL training, where you're a priority, not a number. We have small classes, so you'll get lots of hands-on training and time behind the wheel. We have over 30 employers with salaries starting at $50,000 your first year. We have a no-rush policy, weekday and weekend classes. Everyone's approved, so call today.
Hi, I'm Reba Hollingsworth with CBS 6, and I was on the mic with Mike and had a fabulous time. Make sure you tune in every week.
Peace and light, family, and welcome back. I am Shayola the Artisan of Holistic Alea, and I'm here with Miss Stephanie Brown, who is President-elect of Virginia Pride.
Yes.
Tell me about Virginia Pride.
So Virginia Pride, of course, we are an organization, a nonprofit organization that is here to help the community of Richmond. We, of course, are known for our very large event on Browns Island. This year it's September 28th, but we are known for our fest on Browns Island that is here to represent LGBTQ plus members of Richmond area, and of course anybody else in the state that wants to come. Generally we draw about 30,000 people on the island. Hoping this year it'll be more, but we'll see. But also we also have other things. We have outreach programs, so we do raise money for scholarships, as well as try to help other organizations within Richmond as well.
Okay. Tell me how you feel Virginia Pride has helped and or impacted the Richmond community.
So, over the years, I know myself, I felt like a sense of not belonging. And throughout the years, I've noticed things that are popping up, like events or happy hour events or socials that are going on throughout the city, whether it be at Babes, Barcode, maybe just normal little spots around the city. But with the Pride Fest, I never really experienced something so great until I went there. And of course, when I was in the military, I served during Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and growing throughout life, you are always asked to identify as something, being mixed with black and white. When I'm filling out anything, I was always made to identify as one or the other. You're asked to identify as being white, or are you black, or are you other? You're being asked to identify your gender. You're being asked to identify your marital status. I'm always being asked to identify as something. And so trying to find that part and then trying to figure out oh, she's cute. What are these feelings? I was going through a very hard time.
Do you think that Virginia Pride provides a platform for people to come daily to feel comfortable? Do you have something to where you may have a teenager who is going through a challenging time? Do you have programs that support, let's say, the teen as well as maybe the family?
They help the youth, whether they're homeless youth or maybe they are struggling with something like that. And that's when we reach out to them and we're just like, hey guys, we have a group of youth who really need your help. And Side by Side has been tremendous in Richmond, and they are so great and so helpful and experts in that. So whenever we do have people who are like, hey, I have this young youth who is going through this and they have a lot of questions, or maybe they're struggling or being bullied in school, that's when we reach out to Side by Side. And Ted Lewis, who's the director there, he has been just great and welcoming, and so you go to work and you don't see somebody that's like you, whether they're anyone of color, whether they're, gay, straight, lesbian, trans, or anything like non-binary. Our goal is to help these places and make a footprint there.
Hey everyone, thank you again for joining us on another great episode of RVA Swag Central, and a very powerful one. My name is Salam, the founder and CEO of The Human Connection, and we have the partnership guru, Mike, here with us as well.
We'd just like to thank everyone for tuning in. We'd like to thank the American Civil War Museum for having us. The place is phenomenal. Make sure you come and check them out. You can find them on all social media platforms. We'd like to thank our guest today, which was Sandra Wilson from Black Connections, Dr. Sarah from Friendship Circle, and Stephanie Brown from Virginia Pride. So tune in next time. We'll catch you on the next episode of RVA Swag Central.